Title in the National League comes down to today. After going 2 for 5 yesterday, Shohei now sitting at 310. Luis Ariz took yesterday off, still leads with a 314 batting average. Marcell Ozuna he's hitting 306, but potentially has a doubleheader still to play tomorrow against the New York Mets. I don't think anyone thought a 50-50 season was ever going to happen, so I'm not going to bet against Shohei Ohtani having a monster day today, winning the batting title. Jerry, what kind of chance do you think he has to cap what has been a historic season with another unfathomable accomplishment and winning a Triple Crown?
I'll tell you what, I don't really know the math because that's not really my thing, John, but if he goes 5 for 5, I am not putting it past him because he's leading off in Colorado. He's been red hot, and he is motivated. And he puts the pressure as the game is going on to Luis Ariz. It could happen. Stranger things have happened. We saw what he did in Miami, the 6 for 6. They went absolutely nuts. So I'm hoping he has an opportunity, at least in his final at-bats. Hopefully Luis has an 0 for, maybe 0 for 3 at that point, and Shohei is sitting on a 3 for 3 day. So I will not put it past him because this young man has been historic.
It really has been, and like we touched on it, like he's making us, here, game 162, we want to watch, we're glued to the TV, see. I think one of the things he definitely has to do is get 3 hits. I think that really is kind of the minimum of what he has to do. But as you mentioned, I would have put past him to be able to get 5 or do something. And I'd love to see him get that 55th home run as well. I'd love to see 55, 55, 55, 60. All sounds great rolling off. It's pretty fascinating and amazing what he's capable of doing. So it's, him being able to get that Triple Crown, I think it's going to be fun to watch, and can't wait to see it happen.
Can you imagine when we play together?
You guys are big leaguers and you're throwing out these kind of numbers.
I was going to say, we played together in 2005. We're teammates. In 2024, we're going to be working together. I'm sure you would have been excited about that.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a player who's an ace pitcher, is a stud, throws 100 miles an hour, doing this and that. Oh, by the way, he has a chance to go 55 and 60. We would have laughed. Oh, that's never going to happen. He's literally doing that right now.
Yeah.
Insane.
Happening right in front of our eyes. And other numbers to watch today, you've got Shohei Ohtani. He needs a 4-hit game to have a 200-hit season, 2 stolen bases to reach 60, of course, 1 homer for 55. Teoscar Hernandez still sitting on 99 runs batted in. He wants to get that 100 mark. Nomar, is it okay to hunt numbers in the final game of the season?
It is, no doubt about it, because they're meaningful, They're nice to kind of when you look back, and, obviously we're watching it, right? We're wanting Shohei to get the Triple Crown, get that batting title, so you're looking at those numbers. And then we're also seeing if he can reach that 60 mark in stolen bases, hit the 55 for home runs. Teoscar, 99. You don't want that 99. You want that 100. It's like you don't want to bat 299. You want to bat 300. There's little things that you just want to get over the hump and have those marks and those numbers. So I think for Teoscar, I really want to see him get 100. I know he had a couple of chances in last night's game. It was great to see him hit his 33rd home run. But to get to that 100 mark is definitely meaningful, and it just tells you, it just kind of puts an exclamation point on the incredible seasons he's had so far.
Especially in this type of game and offensively, because you're the one at the plate. Okay, you want to hunt these numbers, and guess what? If Shohei Ohtani reaches those type of numbers today, and Teoscar Hernandez reaches that number today, guess what? It improves our chances of winning the ball game. So it's okay to hunt those numbers, because when we get hits, RBIs, home runs, it betters our ball club.
All right, Shohei Ohtani, 4-hit game to reach 200 hits and maybe a home run, couple steals, Triple Crown. I mean, is that all?
Why not?
That's it.
All right. Shohei has already had a historically great season. He's a lock to win his 3rd MVP award. Of course, Shohei also cannot wait for his first postseason to begin next weekend at Dodger Stadium. Right now, let's head back to Colorado. Kirsten joins us again live with more on Shohei.
Hi, John. Well, I'm going to let you know I just lost you guys, but it's all good because I know where we're going with this one. So, yes, with Shohei Ohtani, he's about to have his first postseason experience. He's going to be joining the top of the order, in which those guys, they struggled last year, whether it was Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts. They even talked about whether it was after the series, and even some parts this year, how they felt like they left their teammates down. So going into this one, they're hoping to right their wrongs. But today, Dave Roberts was asked about Shohei Ohtani and just what he not only adds to the top of the order, and if he potentially relieves some of that pressure for those guys.
I don't think that it's certainly not on Shohei to carry anyone. I don't believe that, especially given that you have other stars in the lineup. And I think for me, it's that they all just got to play within themselves. Yeah, it certainly helps having a player like Shohei in your lineup. But again, I just think that they're going to make the guys behind them beat them. They're superstars, so I'll take our chances.
How do you expect teams to approach Shohei?
I mean, every team's going to be different, but at the end of the day, he's just got to continue to stay diligent in the strike zone, and like he has, and if he does that, then it'll all take care of itself. And I even liked the walk last night. You know, if they're going to give you the base, then take 90 feet.
You talk about the guys behind them have to do their parts now. How important is Will Smith to be the guy he's been recently?
It's going to be big. Will is swinging the bat, I think, as good as he swung the bat since the first half. Just solid contact. He's not as in between. And for him, I like him where he's at in the order, because it always, a lot of times, calls for a 2-out hit. Guys on base, and it could be situational, but, you know, yeah, he's going to come up big. He's going to play big for us.
So as much as this team is about to have 5 days off heading into the postseason before Game 1 of the NLDS, they do feel like they're in a really good spot when it comes to just the quality of at-bats, whether it's someone like Mookie Betts, who, you know, Dave Roberts felt that last year he was kind of looking for, he was chasing a few things, trying to add a few accolades, whether it was 40 home runs, things like that. But this year, coming back from injury, he's in a different mental space. So for him, the quality of at-bats have been really good. Obviously, with Shohei Ohtani, we've seen him kind of make that transition of, instead of going for the 50 and 50, which he then achieved, kind of looking to kind of swing for more average. So all of the guys, as well as Will Smith, like Dave was talking about, have been in a much better spot right now. And so he feels really good as to how they're closing out this regular season, how they're going to approach these 5 days, and how they'll get ready for the postseason run, guys.
All right, hopefully they can solve that riddle, those 5 days off before the NLDS. Kirsten, thank you very much. Yeah. We talked so much about the big three, about the big four, but we heard Dave Roberts also talking about Will Smith, Jerry, and he too, Will Smith, is going to be a huge key to the Dodgers' success in the month of October.
Without question about it. Obviously, Will Smith, you know, I'm so glad that he is starting to swing the bat and really starting to find his swing entering into the postseason. He had a problem for about 2 or 3 months. He would kind of collapse a little bit, especially with his chest, and it didn't allow his hands to work. Now he's more upright, and obviously he's always had that leg kick, and we desperately need that production. And we know when he's going, it provides depth to the lineup, and but not only just depth, but production. Hitting the ball to the ballpark, driving in runs. You go back the last several years, he has had a lot of key hits in that middle of the lineup. So good to see Will Smith really start to swing the bat a lot better.
Yeah, he is swinging well, and I think he's going to be important definitely to this lineup. And you know, when I look at this team in this lineup right now, I just like the way guys are starting to swing the bat really well together collectively. They're getting hot. They're finding some things, and that is really good to see. And I think, John, you touched on it. That is a riddle. How do you handle these 5 days? Because it's going to be difficult, especially as well as they're swinging. They're staying so hot right now. You want to stay locked in. You want to just keep going to the adrenaline, and you got to try to avoid your body from shutting down. So you have to figure out that way. But right now, you see collectively, these guys are swinging the bat really well.
Certainly are. Still more to come here on Leadoff LA, despite their